What's up everybody, OT for Tech here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Lifeproof Free for the iPad Air. Now this is a Lifeproof case with a rating of IP68, just like the other Lifeproof products out there. It can survive drops, it's dustproof, snowproof, and waterproof. It survives drops up to 6.5 feet, and it can survive being in the water up to 6.5 feet for 30 minutes. At least that's what Lifeproof recommends. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the unboxing and see what comes in the box. Inside the box, you're going to find some Lifeproof literature explaining about how to put on and take off the case, a microfiber towel, and what's new is Lifeproof now includes a device or a tool to help open the case. Before, usually you had to just use a coin or your fingers, but now they include a tool. And of course, underneath all the little accessories they include, you're going to find the Lifeproof case itself, and it has a fake cardboard iPad Air little look-alike inside the back of the case. It is not enclosed, so you just pull off the top and there you go. Now to install the iPad into the Lifeproof case, you're just going to want to put the iPad into the back part of the case first. Make sure it's locked in. Go ahead and give your screen a quick cleaning because you don't want any dust getting trapped into the case because it will affect the screen quality from time to time, and then it's just a pet peeve of mine. Once you got it in, go ahead and lock it in. It'll give you a very comforting snap when the front is on correctly. And just make sure the O-ring is lined up correctly in order to not compromise the waterproof seal. Here's a quick look at the 3.5mm headphone jack at the top. As you can see, it's a plug type design. It doesn't need to unscrew. They don't include an adapter, so your L-shaped headphones are not going to fit. Most of your aftermarket ones will. Some of the ones with a thick base will not, but your earpod ones of course will definitely fit. At the bottom you have your lightning charging port with a lock type design. What's different about this iPad case is the fact that instead of a yellow silicone insert, it's now orange. And you get decent lay on the table protection with this case. As you can see, there is a pretty decent groove or dip in the front of the iPad itself, plus you have the screen protector. The back is transparent to show off the back of the iPad, and it has a rubber type design around the sides and a hard plastic in the middle. If you're familiar with any of the other Lifeproof iPad products, it's basically the same exact external design. Nothing has changed there, so you'll feel right at home if you are familiar with their other products, of course. Now the no change in design does not bother me because I like the way Lifeproof has designed their products. It gives you a whole lot of protection without adding a significant amount of bulk to the product itself. Now it does have a little weight and a little sturdiness in the hand, but that's okay. It's a warranted or a wanted feeling in my personal opinion, because it lets you know that you're not holding a piece of paper, you're holding a piece of equipment, you're holding a mini computer more or less, and if you drop it, it gives you a comforting feeling that it's not going to break due to the protection that the Lifeproof case offers. Now when I was using the case, I didn't notice any touchscreen sensitivity lag or touchscreen sensitivity issues. It worked perfectly fine whether it was doing multi-touch gestures, just swiping, typing, or scrolling up and down. There were no problems with touchscreen sensitivity to me. And of course, screen clarity was not an issue at all. It is a bit dimmer, or it's not as clear as not having a case on it, but it was perfectly passable in my testing. Sound performance has gotten better in my personal opinion with this case. It might be my selective hearing, but based upon the other iPad Lifeproof cases I've used, this one is significantly better. But one thing Lifeproof cannot get right is the Newton ring oil mark effect on their screen protectors. As you can see, it's still there even though OtterBox has bought out the company. They can't really get rid of that problem. Also, the home button is a bit stiffer on this case and not as recessed as previous models. But this case is pet friendly. As you can see, my puppy here is surfing on the iPad and absolutely loves it. And I performed a very unique test, and very scientific of course. I took two-sided tape and strapped the iPad in the Lifeproof case on the sunroof of my vehicle, and we are going to drive through a car wash. I'm gonna hush while the iPad performs the test with the camera rolling through the iPad perspective. So the camera actually cut out due to the high intensity water pressure of the touchless car wash. So I finished recording from the point of view of me in the car using my camera, and as you can see, it is still rolling. The camera is still working. It was a 2 to 3 minute car wash. I didn't get the wax because I really didn't want to try to put too much on this case. I didn't know how it was going to stand up to this particular test, but it actually did perfectly fine, and I was actually completely surprised. I thought it might knock out the glass in the camera itself, but it didn't, and it survived just fine, which, like I said, surprised me a lot. And here's a quick view of it after the wash. Nice and clean, smells good. And here's a demonstration of it after the wash. As you can see, it is still working completely fine. You're able to swipe, you're able to load the web pages still. You're able to do all the tasks that you were able to do before the wash. So thumbs up to Lifeproof for making a really awesome product. There's actual arrows on the tool to open up the iPad and take it out of the case. So make sure you use the sides where the arrows are pointing. You just stick it into the slots at the bottom and twist it clockwise, and you'll feel it pop open. You don't want to push too hard inward, because once it pops, it will actually go in and it could ding up your iPad, and you don't want that, because that's why you have a case, is not to get dings, dents, or scratches. It's a bit tricky to remove. You kind of got to go nice and slow, because if you rip it off, you could damage the O-ring. So just take your finger and slide it underneath, and you'll hear it pop, pop, pop. And as it's popping, go ahead and do a slight, easy, not a lot of force pull, and it'll come right off. And here's a quick demonstration of it after the wash, again with the iPad taken out. There's no water inside, no water leaked, and the iPad is perfectly 100% okay. So like I said, thumbs up to Lifeproof. Be careful when using the tool or a coin. As you can see, I've only taken out the iPad once, and there's already starting to be denting and bending. But what's cool is it comes with a 1-year warranty with their product, so make sure you go online, register it after you buy it, and that'll take care of that problem if you ever break the case, or if you pay an extra $10, they'll warranty the iPad itself. So head on over to Lifeproof, check them out. This is OT for Tech. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, and follow me on Twitter. I appreciate you guys for watching, and thank you for your support.